Hello, this is another tutorial on how to achieve some arbitrary unnatural color in your images using Photoshop. This version is CS6. I'm doing this on a Mac, so I may refer to the Command key, which is Control using PC. I showed how to modify this sky in another lesson, and to do that I used this layer right here. It's hue and saturation. Here's the original sky, the blue, and I changed it to this violet. That's easily done. Skies are good for this kind of adjustment. Uh, but I've got this building here, and buildings often don't work as well with the hue and saturation. So you've got an option where you can use a you can use a variety of things. And in this case, I'm going to use a curves level or curves adjustment, and I'm going to try and make the curve be a very irregular and erratic curve, and often that will tweak the colors into something bizarre and almost always unexpected. It's worth a try because sometimes you get some very, very fun effects. So I'm going to make my curve adjustment by clicking on the icon here, and there it is. Now you can see it's got a layer mask, automatically comes with every new adjustment. This layer mask is white, and so that means everywhere it's white it's going to be changing it. Well, that means it's going to be changing my sky, which I don't want to change. Earlier when I made my adjustment to my sky, I made this layer mask here that made the adjustment occur only in the sky. So what I'm going to do is borrow that layer mask and reverse it. So if I press the Alt and Shift key, Alt and Command key, I believe it's Alt and Control on a PC, you can see the icon change over the layer mask thumbnail. I get a little square. So now I'm going to click and hold, and I am copying it, and I've let it go there. It's gone pink on me. I've had that happen before. So I'm going to do that again, and I've changed the mask now on my curve. What this does is it means everything I do is going to affect only in the sky. Now what I actually want to do is not affect the sky. I want to work on the building. So I'm going to reverse this layer mask by pressing Command I. Now what I've got is layer mask that resembles this. So all of my effects will be occurring here where it's white. And so I'm going to get to my graph, and I'm going to begin to click some points here. I'm going to make about 6 or 8 points on this curve, and here is where doing unusual things with the curve, you might pull the point off by accident. It's okay, they're easy to put back on. I'm just going to tweak these curves and see what kind of results I might get. You never know what can happen. Let's zoom in on some of this and see what we got. So that has kind of a bizarre quality to it. Multiple colors all over, darker values underneath in the arches, lighter values outside. Very surrealistic. Even the tree looks good. Sky is a nice violet color. I think I might just stick with that. So that's one way you can look here at my curve. You can see that it is not ever a curve you would make for a normal adjustment, but for these purposes it's looking good. What I might do is make one attempt to darken that sky. So I'm going to make a new curve above it, and I'm going to borrow this layer mask again by pressing Alt and Command. I'm going to drop it on there. And now, when I adjust my curve, it should darken the sky only. And I think the darker sky works a little bit better in this instance. So let's go full screen here. That's our final product. Arbitrary and unnatural color using a curve, using hue and saturation for the sky, which is usually easy to select, and borrowing those layer masks. Once you make a layer mask, it's always good if you can use the opposite of it. Hope that helps you in your next project.